Ah, Jesus.
Ho,
Almost
ho,
fell in that
ho.
fucking hole. Oh, jeez.
Oh, you need to knock that ornament over on the way over. It's not over, but
Hey, don't call them
dangling.
that. They don't like being called that, Nick.
What, ornaments? That was a good one. Welcome to the
what a
Vibin
start.
Podcast. This is the final podcast of the year.
Is it? No.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because Christmas is on this Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
right.
I
and
think-
then New Year's. Yeah, my brother's
Exactly.
going to be in here this week. Yeah, so this is the last
unless
one
we record it during the week. But I think,
Yeah.
we get a little the next week will be our somewhat break. We'll still record shit, but we'll do
figure it
podcast
out
next week maybe.
But yeah,
We'll
this is
see.
the last podcast of the year. This
Probably,
is episode
yeah.
20.
20.
Holy shit.
Running out on a nice, even, solid number.
Man, 20. I can't believe it. 20 episodes of this shit in. Who's
It's
even
been,
watching this stuff besides
probably a few people.
Yeah, a few people.
Me, when I upload and I play it in the background, muted on another tab just so I can get that extra view,
True.
It's one, that counts.
I put it on the background when I jack off.
Nice.
Just have that background noise so no one hears my part of my Asian mom's getting banged.
I put it on when I bring a lady over.
Yeah, that'll turn her off real quick.
Exactly. Netflix and chill, but it's just my content.
Netflix is more like vibe and grind, but I don't grind.
I put on our Let's Plays.
Ah, God,
funny.
Jesus, what are we doing?
Having a jolly old good time.
And we're here, Christmas episode. Look at these little boys, dinosaur, geese.
We got the crew here. We got the what's in South Park?
We got Lisandro,
animals.
tall guy. Me. We got you, and then we got Stu.
Oh yeah, because I get the green one. Yeah, that fits.
Lisandro's the tallest. I'm the
Greenest
stupidest looking one.
He's the greenest. You're
and
green
then
and
Stu's
retired.
just there. I mean, look at those eyes of that guy. He's even slanted from here. His eyes here on this side, and this side's like drooping down. It's like when Stu does a good old bump. That's how he looks like afterwards.
And this one's me because it has the green, and I like green.
Yes, Nick likes green.
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 Green is it's not a creative color, but it's one of my favorite colors.
I think it's a nice color, green. It's not too bad. There's a lot of green out here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The nice trees.
Have you ever seen that channel?
What channel?
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
No.
Oh, you haven't? You've never seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
Maybe I have. I just don't remember. Sounds familiar, but
scared. They're like puppets. Puppets.
No.
Yeah, it's you've never seen. Never seen? I put a picture up
right here. These guys. Yeah, I remember these from a long
big
time
red
ago.
Guy and
Yeah.
They came back. They have a show on like some fucking streaming.
What,
thing.
Peacock?
I don't know, it's something, but you gotta
Tubi?
buy. You gotta buy it, and it's like I'll find it for free somewhere. But those are such great videos.
That's one of the funniest things I hear about, like when I listen to podcasts of comedians, and they're talking about like, yeah, I got my new special. I'll do great, man. Yeah, but it's on Peacock.
Yeah, on Peacock. You got to think if the people, well, yeah, it's a problem because I was saying the people who are best are doing on YouTube, but it's like, well, they're already kind of well known. It's easier for them to do it than someone who's less well known. It's like, I'll just put it on YouTube. Well, then who's gonna fucking see it as much?
I mean, it'll probably get more views though on YouTube than on Peacock.
Yeah, well,
who the fuck uses Peacock?
They probably do both. Honestly,
I would if I ever did one. I would YouTube all the way, 100%.
Yeah.
Just look at Jew from Ari Shafir.
Exactly.
That one's so good.
That's just like I said. Ari Shafir he's a well-known comedian already. He's done tons of things. He's a well-known track record. So putting it on YouTube where it's free. Hello there. We're outside and we're right in front of the street. So if you hear all this traffic, fuck it. There's not too much. It's a nice residential neighborhood. Nice old gay people. They don't cause too much ruckus. But like I was saying, Ari Shafir.
Well, 60% gay, 40% homos. But that's besides.
50% reason. 50% concentrated power of will.
Dude, a little fun fact. There's a hot lesbian couple who lives in that house over there.
Oh, let's go say hi.
Pretty young. I'm pretty sure
we can introduce ourselves as a hot young gay couple, and then we can ingratiate ourselves into their lives, and hopefully reveal one day. It's like, we can go to each one of them separately. We can have conferences about which one we like.
Oh my God,
Jesus
Christ!
I don't know, I've been having these different feelings lately. I'd like to since you're a lesbian, I'm gay. We could try something, maybe. No.
No, they would turn us down in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no.
We would walk up to the door and be like, "Nope." Like, all right. Well.
we would knock, and then they wouldn't even answer.
Yep, they would look at us through the window, the curtain and shit. Like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah, Ari Shafir, he's a well-known comedian, so putting it on YouTube is easier for him because it's easy. People will see it. People will look up Ari Shafir already. For on daily purposes to find funny old clips and shit. So
You're a funny little clip.
What the fuck did you just call me?
I said I like your clip.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Yeah. All right. Ah, In other news, guys,
In
I
other
saw
news.
the new Avatar
Oh
movie.
shit! And things not on YouTube.
Things not on YouTube. Not talking about YouTube. Well, it will be in like maybe 2 weeks, so you could buy it.
No, probably.
But I saw Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
Yeah, it's Sweet Blissy.
It was
Or that hussy, because it's their hair.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. I haven't seen the first one in a long time, so I was going into this remembering the two main guys.
Was it? You said you don't remember, but was I was asked, is this movie as ableist as the first one?
Well, when you would define ableist to me earlier, you said woke. I don't
No,
necessarily.
no. I said it's more woke because it's like ableist is like.
Oh, so it's like
It's
more
like
modern to what?
no, it's like ageist is like you're like it's discriminating against elderly people for like job positions. Like ableism in Avatar is like because the guy Jake Sully, whatever the fuck his name.
Jake Sully. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Funhouse when they do the Avatar videos. He's in a wheelchair. Then he goes in the Avatar world and he's like this tall, muscular thing. And it's like, oh, now he's no longer disabled. And he says it's better. He's way better. And it's like that's like ableism because it's like, oh, his shitty paralyzed life, and now this is way better. And it's like putting down disabled people as like
How's that
having
putting down
worse-
disabled people?
because it's like idolatizing like the able-bodied people. And it's like that's better than because he doesn't want. Why would he want to be disabled? Because if anyone had a choice whether being disabled or not, they would of course choose not to. But it's like portraying that in I don't know.
I don't really.
That's why I said
that.
it's just more woke bullshit.
Yeah, more stupid woke bullshit. If we're talking about it from that perspective, this is his experience, and he likes it the most. So yeah, why not?
Yeah,
sure, it's just portrayed in a movie, but it's just a movie.
Yeah,
it's just a movie. None of this shit is real. There's no Na'vi. There's no fucking military sky people.
That's another thing. Did you hear about that when the Avatar, the first movie came out? There was a lot of it was
backlash because of the name of them and they were blue.
No, there was a lot of people who I guess it was like it came out at a hard time for people, and they when they came out of the movie theaters, they were like, wow, this fucking world that James Cameron created, Pandora and the Na'vi, and this beautiful culture that came back into the real world, and they were like, this fucking sucks, and they had like actual severe depression and like anxiety, and just like they just didn't enjoy life because it wasn't that. And they saw like that Pandora idealized perfect culture, and they were just so sad that that real life wasn't like that, and there was like actual.
Oh my god, that's what happens when people fall in love with shit too much.
Yeah, just a little, but it's crazy how it happened to a lot of people. It's I don't know what was going. What was it 2009?
No, I thought it was like 2008.
It was I was in like elementary school. So somewhere around there, but yeah, I guess there was probably like a market crisis or some point, and shit just wasn't.
Well, I mean,
I think there was
probably the recession.
I think that hummingbird just took a shit or a piss. I saw some liquid fall.
Yeah, from his cloaca.
Yeah, that was crazy. Wow.
Well, I think it probably came out during the recession, probably since it was around
somewhere
that time.
Around there. Yeah,
yeah.
People were, I guess, in general, people just weren't doing well monetarily, or just in a lot of ways. And they were just like, yeah, fucking this is, if only.
This is but that's
only
exactly
I
what you said.
With my hair.
If only that's it.
If only I could be a hot blue alien piece of ass.
Well, I mean, look, it's not real. Obviously, you can immerse yourself in that world and enjoy it, but like you can't be. I guess maybe I could kind of relate to it, like if I find an anime or show that I like and I watch it through in its entirety, and then it ends, and then I'm just like, wow, you have that little bit of sadness in you for only like 5 minutes, and then it goes away.
It's a bit longer, but it's like well for me I have a similar feeling about going, but I continue.
Right. No, I mean it's that feeling, and I understand that, but like at some point you have to realize, like, hey man, none of it's real. You enjoyed it, and it's great. Enjoy it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the actual Avatar 2,
yeah.
Was it like that? I didn't think so. Like ableist, woke, no.
So this is probably just more focused on the story, just in general.
Well, in this one, it was just moving from them like. So like in the first one, you know how like the corporal general guy died and stuff. Apparently, they were able to copy him and everybody else who were in that crew, their memories and like their thoughts and emotions and like a drive, and they were able to upload them and clone themselves as Na'vi instead of actual humans.
Wow.
So they were able to do that, and so they still had the same memories and thoughts, like how they're yeah. So that was a little bit interesting when I saw that. I was like, okay,
for lack of better words, interesting.
Yeah. The beginning of the movie was really rushed because they were just trying to be like, this is a little bit what happened last time. This is what's been going on.
Because it's been over a decade since the last fucking movie.
Right. Okay, so they've been going on a little bit. They talked about that, about how he had kids. He had like he had Jake and whatever
Whatever
his
the fuck.
I can't. His wife's hot though, but
His hot blissy.
his height,
His
yeah,
hot hussy blissy wife.
exactly.
Are they married, or do the Navi have other
No,
marriage
yeah,
traditions?
they're
Or
like married and
yeah,
stuff.
they're
He
hair
was the
bonded.
chief of the tribe for the Forest people for a while,
Of
and then
course.
when the Sky people were trying to come back,
Sky
he leave.
people, it's
You
fucking
know,
Sky people. Are they just other Navi?
no, it's just the people, the Sky people,
Oh
like
yeah,
the humans
human. Yeah,
invading and stuff. And so when they found out that they were coming back, he left the village,
hidden in the sand,
right,
hidden in the wave.
he left the village, and then he's like, it's for my family, but it's just him running away from the problems that he should have taken care of. But then he goes to the other Navi people who are water, so their whole ecosystem is based in water.
Okay.
So yeah, so they learn how to swim and breathe, hold
They
their
learn how to
breath in a
swim.
while, properly and
Okay.
whatnot. And yeah, I won't spoil too much, but there's other things that go on. But that's the basic premise. And then they're trying to beat them again since he's tired of running away from his family.
Okay.
Not since he's tired of his family having to leave, and they're like, "Well, we're gonna do it this time. We'll take him down for sure."
Yeah. And so the general, all the humans come back as Navi, but they're like
They're still like
like a
military
resistance,
guys.
like no, we don't, we want to. They're still just like, fuck all you other Navi though. We're just gonna keep doing what
Oh
we
yeah,
were doing.
yeah. The fuck all the other Navi. We're still gonna keep doing what we're doing. There's other side plots and stories like there's actual human with them in the Navis like from before who actually grew up with them. Who's that?
Oh Jesus.
Who's left behind from the last time, so he grew up to be like Navi, but he was human. It was so there's that like trope in there that like he's shunned because he's different. But.
Oh boy, that sounds, James Cameron. That sounds like something, all right.
But let me say, overall, the beginning of the movie was a bit rough. I'll be honest,
A bit rough.
But as the movie progressed and actually got to where they're going to with the story, for like, I tell you, I think the movie was like almost 3 hours, maybe. So like, the first like maybe 20 minutes was a little, maybe 15, 20 minutes. I'm not too sure.
3 hours.
But after that, like as the story started and it progressed on, actually got really good. I got really good, and I was pretty not surprised with the ending. I was just like, of course they lead it to like that to allude it on to maybe something else. Maybe
James Cameron said he wanted to make like fucking 5.
Yeah, we'll wait another 10 years.
Exactly.
For that
when the fuck is the third one gonna come out?
But the CGI was amazing though, for especially the water, because I'd heard in I think Joe Rogan's podcast he was talking about how James Cameron was focusing on like the CGI of the water specifically. And I'll tell you what, that water looked great. There were some points in the movie, maybe because I was just high, but as I was watching when it got good and I really liked it, there was points where I would zone out and I wouldn't even think and remember that this is all fake. But then when I would come back to reality, I'm like, oh yeah, this is none of this shit's real. It was crazy.
Wow.
Because
you were just fully absorbed. You were fully immersed.
Yeah, because it just looked great, like the water and all the beautiful shots of the water, all the other hot Navi blue chicks and stuff. They're light blue. They're not dark blue like the guys from the forest.
They're light skin.
Yeah,
they're mulatto Navi.
Yeah, they're mulatto. That's what happens when you grow up by the water.
Exactly.
But overall, I think I gave the movie an A. Wasn't too. The beginning was rough, but after that, I thought it was pretty good.
It's pretty solid review.
Bit sad, a bit happy. A lot of things in there. A lot of things go on.
I mean, it's got to be a follow-up to fucking Avatar, which is the highest-grossing film of all time for a time. I think it might still be. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. They were because this it did cost a lot to make this second one, so it better at least break even or make a little more.
Hopefully.
But yeah, that was my experience. Movies are great in general. And I haven't been out to see a movie in a while, so it's just on a whim that I went yesterday to watch it.
That's what, like I went to. You went with your brother, okay?
Yeah, I went with my brother. Right.
I went a few weeks ago. I don't know if I talked about it in the podcast, but I saw the movie the Banshees of Inisherin. It's pretty great. So sometimes people, if you see movie in theaters, you want to watch, just go to movies by yourself sometimes. So this is pretty decent. I forgot, someone said that, like a comedian or someone said that they do that a long time ago on a podcast or something. I thought that's kind of a little, well, but it's not bad. Just get a little high before you go, a little, but I got a beer while I was there. It was fun. I got a fucking tall can of goddamn, I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Oh, that's when you went to see the movie by yourself, right?
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah, I got a beer. I brought my pen in. I was taking little sneak hits up in the back. There wasn't a lot of people in there. It was only a few. It was fucking sick. I wish it was in the cool theater though. At the theater I go to, theaters 4 and 9, they're like more compact seating for like smaller screenings. That's like it's bigger seats. There's like tables.
You're talking about Regal, right?
Yeah.
I go there as well.
That theater's nice. It's really, especially like I said, if you get 4 and 9. They're like in the back. It's
those are the really and then in that
ones.
back bathroom too. No one's ever there.
Oh
so
yeah, there's only those 2 fucking.
If
you
ever want to light
up
before the movie, I'm just saying that's a good spot because nobody's there.
Yeah,
especially now, since not a lot of people go to movie theaters anymore because everything that's happened the past 3 years.
You gotta buy the ticket inside now. They got the whole fucking concession thing out
or just buy it online. I just buy it online.
Yeah, but I don't fucking. Yeah. But they got the whole box there, and it still shows screenings and shit, but no one's in there selling it. They just sell them right inside.
Well, yeah, less contact with people,
It'd be less contact with people in the box. They're behind the fucking box.
Nick, I don't know how it is, but I heard actually that the Regal company for the movies and stuff was going out of business, so a lot of them are shutting down.
I hope fucking this one doesn't. That'd be
no, I don't think this
terrible.
One because I think it should have by now.
Yeah, that's like the only movie theater here. The only other ones are. It's like fucking. Besides the Dollar Theater, which is
the Pickford.
I don't even know if that one's open anymore. But yeah,
no, the Dollar Theater's still open.
Yeah, I wonder. It's probably seen better times. So
yeah, probably. Well, I wouldn't go back. I mean, they redid it, but
oh yeah.
Well, I have bad memories there as a kid. Going, the floor's always sticky as shit. Yeah, getting touched.
Yeah, but other than that, it's a fucking the IMAX, whatever the fuck. What was the other one? That one over there? Because there's an IMAX.
Pickford? Yeah, no, the IMAX isn't here anymore. Oh, it is, but it's like right off. It's like right off by the freeway where Costco is now. It's like the one in Rancho. I think.
Is that just an extension of Mary Pickford now?
No, it's a different one. It's like Rancho 16 or something like that.
But it's still a movie theater? Or?
Yeah, it's still a movie theater. I've been there before. That's the biggest screen where you can go. They have IMAX theater screens there.
It used to be an IMAX.
But it's not
exactly. Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, if you want to go see a movie, those are all fucking over there. And this one has Regal has like a cool like events where they're like re-screen old movies, and
animes and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I saw fucking they were playing I think One Piece, maybe like one of the fucking Dragon Ball movies on there.
Nice,
fucking interesting. But yeah, it's not bad. We should do a podcast and a movie. We could like how much to just like rent out an empty theater that you're not playing anything in for an hour, like for like an hour,
probably
not
2
that
hours.
Much. Yeah, they probably at most I'd be like at most $200.
But we cannot watch a movie in there though.
No, we would just film it in there. That'd be fun.
I mean, we could.
Nah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to run fucking anything. We just have the lights on. Just we would just fucking.
We can always ask. That'd be an interesting idea. I'd be down to do it in a movie theater.
Yeah, just like we do at fucking Regal. Like I said, I'm sure they would take $200. It's like for. I'm sure they.
Well, we would probably have to talk to someone about it and set it up, but
the district.
Yeah, but you can definitely rent out rooms though. People have done it before.
Yeah, and for actual screenings, it'd be more money. We wouldn't ask them to do shit. Just keep the fucking lights on.
Yeah,
and don't come in. Don't put anything up there. Just we're paying them to do nothing. So how could they say no?
We can call them up one of these days and ask.
Right? Let's ask them right now. No, I'm not gonna do that.
No. Well, I could, but my phone is recording this, so
yeah, I'm not going to. So there you go.
Well, I will one of these days, and I will let you know.
In this light, I can really see the color in your phone case. It looks nice.
Yeah, the nice.
Hi, Daisy.
Daisy, my doggo is here.
Come here, baby.
Wait, Nick, I'll go get her.
Oh, your baby. She doesn't like people.
Daisy.
Even though I've been coming here for nigh on fucking years. I don't know. Yeah, she's going.
She just ran away. She's like,
yeah, she doesn't want. She's camera shy. She's like, no, you're gonna take me over there.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
Biting instinct. It'll be like, he likes people.
We should get him out here.
I don't know where he is. He's off biting something.
Biting or humping something.
Me? No.
Yeah, exactly. Right now.
My leg.
Did you get him fixed? No.
No,
yeah.
He's not
That's why.
Apparently, for male dogs, it's bad to get them neutered and stuff because it messes with their hormone levels and stuff in their brain and stuff. Apparently, it's good. It's not too bad to do to a girl dog though.
Oh, that's like anything. Keep the men, but the women, fuck 'em.
I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe in my
no, it's not. That's not.
Daisy is. She's spaded though.
Yeah, my mom's dog Jasper. They got a new black lab, and he's fucking crazy. He's got so much energy and shit. So they're kind of like it's kind of gotta. Yep. But
get rid of the family jewels.
Even after, so he still had like energy and shit, and he was still a bit crazy. So who knows? But yeah, it definitely decreases their testosterone. I don't know. I don't know about anything with brain function.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Da.
I don't know. It's nice that it's just real nice outside today.
Yeah, it's very, very, very nice morning.
And surprisingly, Nick, actually, you had some stuff you wanted to talk about. What was it?
Yes, I got a few things.
Things.
So earlier, yesterday, I saw, for the first time I think ever, I saw a guy parked in a handicap spot when he was just going in real quick to get something. I was at fucking Del Taco. And I saw a guy come out.
But he wasn't handicapped?
No, I saw him walk out, go to his car. He got in, and as he got in, I'm like, oh, you're in a handicap spot. It was fucking empty, so it's fine. But I was like, it's the first time I've ever seen it.
It's them, I think.
Oh shit! Oh, I think we were when I was leaving one time. No, they were a bit close. Well,
Yeah,
I maybe saw them
who's
too.
to
I
say?
don't know.
But anyways, go on with the handicap story.
Yeah, and I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. It was crazy.
It would have been funny if like he had someone with them and they like took out a wheelchair and he got in the wheelchair and then as they pushed him up to the door, he gets up and opens the door.
Yeah, then sits back down and goes back in. Yeah, yeah, that was about that. Also,
What were you mad, upset at
no,
him?
I was like, there's something I've never seen it before. But I see it in like movies and shit. I think it was in Family Guy or The Simpsons.
Well, you've done it before when we went to go get Thai food. You parked in that one spot that was only for that weed shop. Park here if you're a customer of this place.
Different. I didn't park in a handicap spot.
Well, I know, but relatively almost the same. You can only
almost the same.
Almost.
No, but I think parking a handicap spot is it might be illegal. I think it's certainly finable.
That's only if you don't get
certainly
caught.
finable.
That's only if you get caught.
Exactly, but like parking if you're parking somewhere, it's like only park here if you're going to this store. It's like, well, that's I don't think that's finable. If it is, it's way fucking less. Anyways, yeah, that was about that. Also, I watched
What did you watch?
Watched How To with John Wilson on HBO. It's pretty interesting show. It's got John Wilson. He's a documentarian. He films fucking tons of shit, everything. Apparently he's like written down his like daily schedule, like what he's done every day for like the past like 7 years or something, and he has like detailed notebooks, months lined out. I did this day. I woke up at 10 a.m. I ate 4 strips of bacon. Crazy shit.
4 strips of bacon.
It might be scripted and rehearsed. I don't know, but it's presented as he's just this kind of guy. And
right.
It's crazy. We have street sweepers here to keep the street clean. Right, you'll see them at night. Sometimes driving around. Oh,
mainly at night, I think, is when I see them.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a leaf falling.
Hey.
Exactly. They do them when no one's out on the fucking road, so they can sweep the goddamn street.
Right.
In New York, where he lives, that's an impossibility because there's no parking in New York anywhere.
Well, there is.
It's exactly. He has a bit about that where he has this house. It's like he drove for 90 minutes trying to find a parking space because he starts out in front of his house. Like, nope, we're on the block. It's like, nope. Then he had to park in front of like a donut place, like 4 blocks away or some shit. It's like, well,
Jesus.
That's what you got to fucking do, But anyway, so when they have street sweeper times, and those motherfuckers don't come at night because it wouldn't fucking matter because no one would be awake. They come in the morning and they tell you move your fucking car. So what people will do is they have it. It's like 90 minutes, right? Or it's a 90-minute window. It's like it's going to come between this time. It takes 2 minutes, right? So people will they'll sit in their cars and they'll just wait for the 90 minutes. They'll see the street sweeper coming. They'll pull out, let them go do the thing, right back in their spots. They don't fucking lose it. So it's a very interesting, and like the whole street there. It's a whole team effort because you all gotta fucking move. And there's a guy like directing another guy like, no, pull out this way and like back out this way out and corner it this way and cut it so the street sweeper can go. And it was it's a whole thing. And that led me to my later discovery of or not discovery, but just like thought cabinet moment.
A thought cabinet moment of what?
Where I was just like, wow, it's crazy how just like people just like exist. Like they're different states of being and life and different classes and their caste, and it's like you see it's so crazy. You see that in New York a lot. So what I just saw from him just walking around in the fucking streets as he's filming, you see so many different types of fucking people, and there's you see fucking crazy homeless people, you see crazy regular people, you see fucking high-end bougie people walking out of goddamn boutiques, and there's a part where he goes to the fucking the Bang energy drink.
Yeah.
He wants to interview the CEO.
I've banged before.
Yeah, exactly. And he just goes to his house and he goes to the gate and it's like, who are you here to see? And he's like, Josh Owick or whatever the fuck his name is. And they're like, okay, just go in. And they're like, what? Okay. And he just goes. And apparently there was like a big party because there's a bunch of cars parked out. And he just walks in and then it's his wife's birthday / baby shower. And he's just walking in.
Wow.
He just goes. And that's why I told Raymond about it. I was like, this is fucking crazy. That's where it comes in. Like, it might just be like heavily scripted and just like implied, it might be scripted and
maybe
just shot in a way to look like he's just doing this spontaneously. Right? I think the episode was about spontaneity, or however the fuck you say it.
Spontaneity.
I think it's spontaneity.
Hello, someone's back.
Come here. No.
Nope.
Yeah, but he just walks behind him and he's like, oh, what the fuck? Who are you? And he's like, oh, he's a documentarian. He works for HBO, and he figures it out. And the guy's like, oh, HBO. Okay, come on. Well, I'll show you the back fridge. Here's all the flavors of Bang we had. Here's my house. Here's my private gym. And he just He goes from being complete stranger, and he even said like in Florida where he was, because he flew down there, he's like, I could be shot on sight for trespassing and it would be totally legal and they could totally do it.
Oh
But it's
Jesus.
like he goes from being literal trespassing stranger to welcomed guest.
And who did you say
By
did this?
it's this guy John Wilson.
Oh, John Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just it's by virtue of just holding by holding a camera, and you're in like an event like that, you can do a lot. People have said this. There's another joke. If two guys holding a ladder can get into basically anywhere,
Yeah.
especially if you're wearing like a reflective jacket.
Oh yeah.
No questions asked. Two guys holding a ladder, reflective jackets, go right ahead. Whatever the fuck you're doing, you're doing something.
We should do that.
That'd be crazy. See how far we can get into places wearing, like, and a ladder. We can go to like Lowe's and just be like, well, maybe not one of those. Maybe we can go to like Walmart and be like, where's the breaker at?
True.
We can see how far we can get. We would have to find tiny cameras. We have to put these like on the insides of our shirts.
That would be ballsy, but that'd be fun.
That'd be a fun video idea. Yeah, it was crazy. And he sees all sorts of people. Like apparently there's a place in New York called Randall's Island.
Yeah,
and that's just
I've heard of it.
where they ship all the sex offenders.
Oh.
Yeah.
What, do they all touch each other there?
Well, no, because like sex offenders have to go back into society at some point, right? After they serve their sentences or do whatever. And
they just go there?
That's just where they go. And there's just like this big like block. There's like this big just like area, and it's like gated in. And I saw on the camera, he was interviewing this guy who was a sex offender, and he was like talking about it. And he's like, yeah, I don't know if I can forgive myself, man. Even if that girl forgive me, I don't know if I can forgive myself. And there's this other dude, he just walks in with like a bag from like fucking Kmart and just walks in. And it's like, I assume there's housing in there for these fucking sex offenders, because they can go into society, but then they gotta not door to door do, I don't know if that they still do that, but they have to do that and live in society, and they have to have that stigma on them. Or
yeah, he's a rapist, pedophile,
or go to
whatever.
Randall's Island where
everyone's
the fucking club.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. And then also regular people live there. And he interviewed just like a regular guy, and he was like, "Do you think a lot of people know that?" And the guy was like, "I don't think a lot of them do."
That regular people live there too?
Yeah, or that you would be walking around, who's a sex offender. Like the guy he's interviewing, he's a sex offender. He's just talking to me. He's like, the guy's like, yeah, you see, this it's for, there's tons of them. You see, there's a park right there. There's kids all over there. They're playing soccer. There's all of it. He's like, you can point it to anyone. You wouldn't even know there's a sex offender. You wouldn't know I'm a sex offender. Then that's when he's like, and they say, yeah, and he just goes on. And that's when the audience figures out, oh, this guy is too.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Damn.
But that just goes back into the whole thing of just like New York in and of itself is.
It's this all big. It's all this thing.
It's New York.
But that's with any state, though.
But no. New York is like a microcosm of like. Oh, hello, B. It's like a microcosm. Oh, I was gonna take a little sip.
No.
It's like New York is a microcosm of the infinite chaotic potential that exists within the universe.
Nope. Let's leave that to me. No, you can't have that. I'm not scared of it. I just don't want it to go in my fucking drink.
Exactly.
He should cap it off.
He's going away. Yeah.
Okay.
No cap. Yeah. So
Shut up.
New York is a microcosm of the infinite chaotic possibility and entropy that exists within the universe. Like he shows him walking around. He documents everything, and you see people fucking riding 10-foot tall fucking unicycles. There's a dude wearing like cowboy outfit just fucking walking around. There's some chick with like a weird. She's got like her dyed pink hair, and you can tell she's like fucking artsy. And she's like this weird flat umbrella, and it's like, yeah, look at these people. And then there's like some old dude just like walking around, just like you can tell he's fucking just drudging along. He walks on a movie set, and he's just like, oh, there's a lot of fucking old timey stuff here. It's like, oh, I'm on a movie set. It's like, oh, there's a lot of Hasidic Jewish people walking in. Oh, I'm on a movie set. There's a he lived in like illegally in like this like storage unit with like a few of his friends that converted it into like a living space and like this big like, storage, right? And they filmed like an episode of like a war show, or like government, like CBS, those types of like they're in the government. It's like we're bombing Iraq, and it's like those type of shows. They filmed something in that alley there, and they set it up as like an Iraqi like fucking or whatever like base, and they had like the banners with the Arabic whatever writing on it, and they showed the CG there. He showed him standing there, and then the scene from the show, and it's like that's where that is. New York is just a crazy place, and seeing the well of humanity and it there, and it's infinite.
when you put it into that perspective, yes, I can see what you're talking about. It is like this whole chasm
It's
of
like just
just a
so many
bunch
people
of
just coexisting in like such a like a radius, and like they're also like, you don't think those people at that fucking Jeff Oak's house in this fucking wife's fucking baby, they're in this huge fucking mansion, bang, mega $1 million mansion, they're all dressed super. The fucking guy, he's dressed like a goddamn pirate captain. He's got a big fucking like black like jacket on. It's got like shoulder things on it. It's like he looks like a goddamn pirate in this fucking place. And it's like fine, because it's like he's this bang CEO dude. It's like his wife's fucking thing. You don't think he knows about Randall Lionel and all these pedophiles living here? And they don't know about him. And it's like, fuck, all these, it's like all these people. Just like, it's crazy how we have these just like intermingling societies. And he goes back to New York and it's like, oh, all these people, they're regular people, but they're like crazy and weird. No, there's like business tycoons, like these FedEx drivers, like all fucking,
every
it's enough
area.
to drive you into an existential crisis.
Well, of course I understand that, but in every state, in every city, it's all different how people live and what they do.
Yeah, no, but just New York specifically because it's such like an epicenter of culture. Like, there's a guy there who's like parking. He's like, he put cones out after his car because he's like, oh, these people they drive their bikes. They're supposed to be in the green. It's like in Israel we don't have this, and it's like just fucking get this dude just came from Israel and he's just here now. He's walking on the same streets as these fucking yuppie fucking college kids with like I said, like that chick with her pink hair and the flat
right,
umbrella.
right.
It's just crazy just seeing because here we don't have that as much. We just have tourists. We see what we think of as normal, just
Right.
everyday box standard vanilla people for the most part. Just
But you haven't been out to other places though,
exactly.
Exactly. So that's why like
But I'm saying New York specifically.
No, New York specifically, I
Yeah.
understand that, but like
So
in Georgia,
everywhere has their own type of people and culture,
right.
but like New York is such like an enigma, like because places have culture, right? Georgia and like New Orleans, they have culture. Texas, they have their own like culture down there and
Everybody's
style,
got culture.
and stuff. New York doesn't have culture. It's just there. It's just New York culture is different from other cultures because you can't. There aren't aspects of it you can pick out and define like Southern culture. There's like spices and different types of like styles of cooking or like ways like
Right.
speaking or like different leisurely activities like hunting or whatever. And it's
But I'm sure natives can pick out things,
yeah,
that
but
they see that are different from everywhere else, and
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
people, if they go visit,
Yeah, but it's like
they can pick out other things that are different from where they live.
New York is just so crazy.
Yeah,
Just to imagine, just like I went to I would see a concert fucking somewhere, and it was in
New York.
it was in like San Diego, or it was closest to the LA or fuck whatever. But even just there was like these fucking tall ass buildings that were just driving on the street, and I had this weird feeling, just like fuck these giant
Big city.
fucking
Yeah.
structures, and it's like fuck. If I went to New York, I don't know if I would just like combust on the spot. I would
No.
just like fuck Jesus Christ.
In New York, you just gotta. Well, at least when I went there for a few days, it's just fast paced. You just gotta.
Yeah.
If you gotta go somewhere, you could go.
Yeah,
Especially
fucking-
walking around there before COVID was nuts because the streets were just fucking packed.
Oh yeah.
Sidewalks were packed, streets were packed, everywhere was fucking bananas. The only time it wasn't at was like 2 in the morning and everybody was asleep, and you could walk down Times Square with no one there. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing. It's crazy. It is good to get a different perspective on other places that you go see and whatnot, even online, or if you get the chance to go visit them. It's good to get that different perspective because it makes you appreciate from what you like from where you live compared to like other places and other stuff. Because I wouldn't live in New York myself.
Fuck no.
No, it's way too
Yeah, God no.
way
That
too
sounds
much going on.
fucking terrible.
Exactly.
But some people love it.
Some people love it. Yeah. Maybe if I work from home, sure, because then I
Even
could just
then.
walk to places I need to or catch a cab somewhere. But even then, it's just everybody even is here. Like in this neighborhood, everybody, and just people in general. There's so many things going on right now at this
Yeah.
moment. But that's more of like a big. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just unfathomable to
Yeah,
think
that's
about.
back
There's a
in
lot of
back
things
into
going about.
existential crisis territory. Just unfathomable ideas that just pop in your head, and it's like what fucking.
But it's good to think about it though. It gets you
Yeah.
questioning about things. Philosophers were contemplating things like this since fucking the year 1000,
Yeah.
whatever.
I remember when I was like little, sometimes I would like look in mirrors, I would just like walk around, it's like suddenly have a thought where I would like click on, I'd be like, yeah, I'm like an existent like being. This is like a hand. Like there's like atoms here. And I like look in a mirror and I'm like, yeah, this is fucking
This is me. I did that a lot as a kid.
Yeah,
I would
that-
look at myself. I'm like, huh?
having a real I think therefore I am moment.
Yeah,
Just
basically
real fucking
me every day of my life. No.
that's one of the shitty things about philosophy is that if you don't fucking like read the literature and like study and like learn about fucking like all the different people. Like like I took my like one semester of like philosophy, went through so many different types of shit. You know, it's like if you don't read that shit and you try to just like have these thoughts and to think on your own, all you're doing is just retreading old ground. Like if you never read any philosopher or anything, and you suddenly having these thoughts like, oh, I'm like I'm a person, like I'm thinking, I'm a consciousness. What is my consciousness? It's like all these people have had these thoughts before. These are all things people have said for
Right.
fucking forever, and it kind of sucks, you know. It takes the mystery and grandeur out of it. 'Cause it's like, oh well, this fucking
Well, but that's why interpretation and perspective is there. That
exactly.
way you can interpret it in your own way.
Mm,
Everybody has a different way of thinking. Of course, like Aristotle, Socrates, and all them had their ways of perspecting license. But you have to think about like how their life was at that point too. There was
exactly.
like nothing going on. There
All they
wasn't
had
like
time to do was fucking think, and then there was fucking
exactly
the one dude who Alexander the Great was like, tell me what if there's anything I can do for you. And he's like, step out of my way, you're in my fucking sunlight. That fucking dude, you know?
right.
Yeah. It's like you're saying, you got to think about their times and you got your own ideas. That's the flip side of that, where like it's retreading on the ground. But on the other hand, you can see this other resource and see what these other people they had these same thoughts and questions and what they thought about it. You can be like, well, knowing what I know now and knowing how I feel, I can take what you think from here and what you think from here because none of it's fucking concrete or fact, anyways. It's all just what they and their interpretations of it. You can merge these ideas you read about and create something that's more your own or akin to something else, you know, and you can
Right.
have your own sort of philosophy and ideology about it.
That's I had a project one time in school. There was like I think you remember like what is life? What does it mean to you? And the whole thing that I focused on when I did was like perspective, because I think that's for me at least. Remember my opinion. Just life in general for everybody is different. So the way you interpret it, what's what makes it special to you in many different ways. Like how we've been talking about. Perspective is one of the biggest things. I could elaborate on it, but we've already been touching on it a lot, and I don't want to like talk more about the subject that we've already been doing.
I remember I was kind of in high school. I was a little edgier, you know. I think
A little,
as everyone
a
is.
little.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as everyone is, right? So I had a similar project. I think it was like junior year is in Miss Edis's class, and I think it was like one of the finals, or it was at the middle of the year. What was that? It's like like
I
halfway,
don't
whatever the
remember.
fuck. Yeah, and it was some big important fucking thing. I think it was the final, and the prompt was some about individuality. It's like, how do you define individuality, or what is individuality to you? And I was like, what the fuck? These goddamn vague ass statements, and me, my edgy little fucking
Try to stick it to the man. I don't need
not even
these
like
need.
philosophical, edgy sense. Like, at that time people think like like I was saying before, you're having these thoughts, and it's like you think you're so profound, and you have this knowledge or these ideas, and it's like in reality, all these people had these ideas before, and
Right.
not and subconsciously, without even thinking about that about myself, I made the project focused on the idea that individuality doesn't really exist because my reasoning was on the surface level, you look at yourself, right? You see completely visual perspective. There's studies out there that have shown that every person has at least around, this might be bullshit, I don't know, but I looked it up. I did cursory research. Has at
Right.
least like 7 doppelgangers in the world somewhere, and that's just a person who looks identical to you through just sheer gene fucking luck. They
I've
just
seen a
look
lot.
like you. People have confused me for people. I've seen people who are like, that kind of looks like if I did, of course, of course it's all random, but that on the surface level already, that's one part of your individuality that's gone because already there's people who look like you physically, right?
Oh,
And then it's
interesting.
like, well, what if you do your clothes and appearance and style? It's like even then, that's that you're doing other people's fashion. People have thought of this, and you're doing it before someone else is doing it. So even with your fashion sense, no
Do
one
it.
is truly fucking unique. In your ideals and whatever you do, no one has. Everyone's always had every thought before, and there really is no true individuality in this world where everyone has done everything, and there's nothing really new to be done on the grand scale as far as like individuals go. Like the technology, like, someone can be an inventor of something, but that's separate from this instance. This idea of
Right.
individuality and being a completely unique person. Like there's nothing. No one is truly unique. I don't think anymore.
No, I would counter that. I think there are a lot of people who are
In
unique.
certain ways,
A
yeah.
lot of people don't get recognition for it, but the ones who do, who are unique in whatever thing that they're doing, field study, music, architecture, whatever
True.
it is. There's a lot of people who are still unique.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
then of course you gotta think. Well, there's also other people studying the same type of shit. Like there could be like a fucking
Right.
Victorian era fucking not archaeologist, but like what was the first? You said like buildings, just make buildings. Architect.
Yeah.
You study Victorian era architecture and you just like to recreate and do whatever. There's 50 people in fucking. There's at least 50 people in the world who are doing that.
But everybody's doing shit.
Exactly.
Everybody's doing it. It's just some people get recognition for it more than other
And
people.
that's kind of the counter to all the shit I was saying. Well, it's like even then, it's like what doesn't really matter because, like you said, there's 7 doppelgangers in the world. Well, how fucking likely are you to meet those other fucking 7 people in amongst the
Dude,
8.5 billion or whatever the fuck we have?
I've met mine, and he lives close by.
He lives close by.
Yeah, if he lives in where we live, he lives relatively close to us.
How do you know? How'd you meet this person?
Oh, someone sent me a screenshot of like on their friends things on Facebook, like, oh, suggested friends, and it's this guy who looks just like me, just without my mustache, same
Wow.
beard and everything.
Nice.
And then he eventually popped up on my timeline, and I looked at him like, holy shit, yeah, this guy looks just like me. I was my brother was contemplating, he's like, you should message him and be like, my twin. I'd be like, no, I don't know this guy. That'd be weird. I think just the fact that like maybe I've popped up on his timeline. He's like, what the fuck? Who's this guy?
It's crazy when that happens. When you do find them and they're like, oh, you were like fucking 3 streets away from me. It's like it's crazy.
That's terrifying. I saw someone one time when I was on my way to go see to my brother back when he was in North Carolina when we were driving from there all the way back here. I saw someone at the airport in Phoenix who looked just like my first girlfriend.
So shit.
And it was weird because I was looking at her for like a good 2 minutes as I was walking by. I'm like, is that fucking her? What the? And I looked at her, she noticed I was looking, but she didn't really do anything, obviously. She's probably like this fucking weirdo. And then I just kept going. I was like, man, that's so fucking weird. And I had that idea cross my mind. And then later on, as I was getting food, she packed by and she was actually checking me out this time.
Nice.
So I was just like,
maybe she was like, this is a weird fucking guy.
She was cute, nonetheless, but it's just so weird.
Yeah, life do be strange.
Really do be. Life is Strange, the video game.
Speaking of life, I've been thinking.
What have you been thinking?
I think it'd be cool to like buy my burial like death plot, so I could like have it and just like so I would have it and just like you have it picked out, so I would know where
you're gonna go.
It's like, yeah, this is my spot. I could pick a nice spot, for myself, like make it a nice wherever I want it. But I feel like it's gonna give people the wrong impression. Like I'm gonna kill myself.
No, my godmother was like that when her husband passed away. She made specifically at the cemetery, like when I die, I'm going to be buried there with him in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So she already had it like preset. Like when I die, it's going to be there.
I think it's funny.
I don't see how that would.
I think it's funny, like me now, like 23, thinking about like when I die, I'm gonna be buried right here. People would be like, well, what are you thinking about that for?
Exactly.
What are making these arrangements? I was like, well, I can make it a will too. And
I was going to ask you.
Maybe that'd be a little too far.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you right now. I'm like, I think you should wait like a few years because we're still maybe like when we're 40.
But that's why if I did give you the wrong impression, like, what are you?
No, I didn't think you were gonna kill yourself. I'm like, that's just maybe you should wait a bit. That's a little too fast. We don't have much to give right now. We're still living life. We don't know much about it yet. Yeah, well, I mean, we all have things, but like,
I have this. Who am I gonna give this to?
This hoodie, this car,
exactly. This pin. Oh man. God damn, this fucking thing just never. God,
it's not even on you.
I know, that's the craziest thing.
And you feel,
I just feel so itchy under where it fucking is. I'm just.
You're just too self-conscious about certain things. I think.
I don't know. I'm just hyper. My skin is just hypersensitive. I don't know. I'm like Chuck McGill.
People.
I have this electric fucking radiation problem.
Oh man.
Crazy shit.
It is a lot to take in if you think about it. Well, let's try to move away from this.
Let's swerve into something more corporeal. Oh, shit, skirt.
I have to pee, but I think I might hold it for a little bit.
Okay. You can hold it until we get into some.
Well, no, I actually got to pee. I'm gonna go back here. I'm taking this with me.
Oh God. Okay. Oh, you can just go right there and shoot against the wall.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Right over here. I can still hear you.
Life is crazy. I've been thinking psychology, like the way the brain works is crazy. Because you like I was kind of relating to like this idea of death and just like thinking about it. It's healthy in a way to think about it because to get comfortable and like acknowledge the idea like death happens to everyone, will happen at some point. then you got to think about like, well, what about fucking life too? Like, what are you gonna do with life while you're fucking here? You know, what are we doing? What is anyone just like doing? I stop and ask myself that sometimes. Like, what am I doing? And you could like ask it about anyone. You would see the CEO of fucking goddamn Ralph's, the goddamn Ralph's store, Ralph's like pharmacy chain, right?
Nick, I think
Yeah,
we're wrong. I think this is episode 21 because as I was taking a piss, it came to me like, no, episode 20 was Dawn of a New Era.
I think that was
19.
19.
No, that was 20.
First it was 19.
No.
Look it up right now.
I can't.
Oh yeah.
You look it up.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go on my VPN. But yeah, you ask me, what are we like doing? You look at like the CEO, not even like the CEO, because they're like too rich to give a fuck.
Wait,
They're
what are we
richer
talking
than
about?
God. But like, just think about this, right? Think about like any like site manager of like a fucking like a Food for Less, right?
Okay.
They're like probably like 4 or 5 days a week, 4 if they're fucking lucky. And it's like, what are they?
If they're lucky.
And that's like their job. And they're just doing it. They've been doing it for like 4 or 5 years, right? You think like, what are they doing? You gotta think, what are their like hobbies? You hope that they have like, you hope this for yourself too, that you have like something like outside of like just your normal everyday shit. Like, what are you like hoping to achieve, or what are you aspiring to do? What are you doing?
That's the biggest thing. Some people, that's actually most people, don't have that.
Exactly.
And some of them just live their lives working, like my dad and my mom. That's just how they are, because that's what we're accustomed to since they were young, since they're from a different time, you know? So they just work. My mom cleans, stays home. Dad works and comes home, and that's it.
I was listening to a podcast, and they're like, yeah, some people just don't. It was called Ship Hits the Fans, about shipwrecks. And there was this dude, they were talking about this guy, he just like, he just never found himself. He couldn't hold down a job for more than a month. It wasn't because he was bad, because he would just get fired. He would just like joke around, like play pranks and shit, and he never found like a calling for himself. And he did like some conspiracy theory shit and did fucking whatever, and he was a little crazy and just kind of went off. And it's like, exactly, what was he doing? He had no ambition or aim, or wasn't doing fucking anything. It's like, what happens to people like that who can't or don't find like a niche that they can willingly like fit themselves into, whether it's through comfort or complacency, or because they actually like it and want to be in that place forever or for the foreseeable future.
No, I constantly think about that when I work the job that I have. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be here forever. But some people, I look at them, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be here forever. It's the weirdest thing, because I'm not, because I'm working, we're working towards stuff the way we want,
Exactly.
And even then, like, I would quit before then if I just got too tired of it and fed up it at that point.
Yep,
like,
it was 19.
Oh, you're right.
Bada boom!
All right, this is episode 20.
Yep. Anyways.
Yeah, no, it's just crazy to see that from people. It scares me a little bit, because some people just, but I mean, I can't say shit either, because I've tried things before and failed, but at least I would try them and then figure out that, like, oh, I actually don't really like doing this that I like doing. And I thought I did,
Yeah.
But at least at that point where we keep trying different things. So some people try it, and then when it just doesn't go anywhere, they just stop, Because I think that one thing that stops a lot of people too is that feeling of like defeat and like that sense of accomplishment that you want for yourself, not to let certain people down in your life. But I think you just have to like just keep trying different things, and then eventually find something that you just really like doing. And then once you do it, just keep going.
True. And it's like, fuck, man. Then you gotta like live. And you gotta like experience time.
I mean, that's what we're doing. Look, we're already like 24, 23.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2023. Time fucking flies by. So, like, I think it was last night and the night before, I was thinking like, yep, it's nighttime again. Here I am. Dude, it's like
Dude, I remember
we're fucking just we're spinning.
I remember like early 2000s still, like 2005 and shit. I still remember that. And that was like fucking 12, 13 years ago.
Whenever I think of time.
No, it's more than that.
Whenever I think of time or the present, I always think of it in that time as well. Like around then between like 2000 and like 20, like,
well, because I think that's where we were more self-conscious and aware of things. Because like I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I remember 1998 when I was born, because I only was there for like 2 weeks, and then here it is, 1999.
But just remembering like the 90s, it was like a week ago, and like the 80s, it was like 20 years ago. It's like, no, the 80s was 40 years ago. And it's like, oh yeah, it was. World War II was 80 years ago. We're almost
the Revolutionary War was 200
That was
years.
like 18, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, what was that, 1892?
The U.S. has only been a country for 300 some years.
It's like, 1776 we got our fucking independence.
Yeah. Only 300. Can you think about it? In 300 years how much people have advanced?
And now we're like the fucking global superpower. Just through like sheer will. Well, one of.
One of, yeah. Well,
through like sheer will. it all brings me, when I think of shit like that, it brings me back to the game Civilization. I've talked about that before. I start foaming. I have a seizure.
You ever see? I don't want to change topics real quick, but I want to. But since I was like, there's this guy's videos on TikTok that I really like, and it's just like it's about someone, it could be offensive to some people, but it's more of a joke. But like, that mentally disabled person, act like that. So like, there's a bank robbery going on, and like someone comes in with like, "Give me your money." The clerk's like, "Please don't hurt me." And then some guy opens the door, and it's him, and then he's like, "What?" Everyone just looks at me, he just charges like, starts running and beats the shit out of the burglar. Yeah. I was like, "What the fuck?" I love that guy's videos. But anyways, it reminded me of that. That's the video I told you about, where like, you try to get I got the idea from him. Like he goes into like inspection for the military. He's like, "All right, you're good." A normal guy, you're good. The next guy goes, "You're not."
All right.
Yeah.
He actually has a disability.
I probably not. I think it's just a yeah. So that's why I said it could be. It's a little. I don't remember his name, but it is pretty funny. So yeah, that probably would offend a couple people.
Fuck. Oh fuck. God damn. I forgot what I was talking
about. Hi. You're talking about. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I just had to get that thought out of my head. That's my ADD coming in, interrupting you.
It was life, people.
Bananas.
Bananas good.
Look at this guy.
Look at these fucking
guy with the fucking tooth and everything. Teeth.
Everything. Let's say dying, life, doing things.
Heroin. Yeah, just trying things out. Like how, like here. We're already been doing this shit for almost a year.
Yeah, we're getting closer. Yeah, it's 2023. Okay, yeah, 80s was like 40 years ago.
Yeah, I remember the 80s, 40
years ago.
Right. And how you remember stuff from like the 2000s, because that's when we're more conscious and self-aware of things.
Yeah, and you just apply it to back then. Yeah.
I feel like I've just been falling out of this chair the whole time. I sit up, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I used to hate like school just because the chair was like that material, and I'd have like every 30 minutes, just
that weird plastic thing. Yep. And now most of the schools have nice shit now. I'm just like, man, what about us when we were there? We had shitty stuff. We barely had the nice things coming.
Wasn't too bad. But Chromebooks.
No, dude, that's how my elementary school was, man. We had like dirt shit, fucking bad equipment. And I remember like a year or two after I left, it's a charter school now. It's all like thousands of dollars were put into it. They have new gear, playground and stuff. Everything looks fresh. I was like, wow, where was this when I was a kid when shit looked like crap? I don't know if I probably
shit looked like crap and crap looked like shit.
I don't know if I ever told you this story, but one time in elementary school, I would really not talk to a lot of people, only 2 people. But not anymore. But it was most of the time it would be by myself, and I'd be walking around places, just sitting down and enjoying views of things. So I remember one time I was sitting down at this bench by myself, nobody was there, and I was just twirling my thumbs, waiting for the time to fall, waiting for the time to fly by. And then some 2 guys come up on the other side of the table, and they just start talking to each other. And this guy was only
about this,
and this guy was like only like a year older than me, and he's like, "God damn it, dude, I'm so fucking tired of this bullshit that goes on here." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Like hearing this in my mind, he just looks at me. And I'm looking at him. He's like, "You have 5 seconds. You have 3 seconds to leave." He's like, 3. And I just looked at him. He's like, 2. And then right as he said 1, I just got up and left. I'm like, I'm not trying to get
How old are you? When was that?
Dude, this was like when I was in like 3rd grade. These are like 4th graders. Dude, I'm telling you, my elementary school is,
I don't even know. That's just like kids in general, man. It's crazy how kids will fucking like, because when you're a kid, your entire world is subservience, because you have your parents and they're telling you what to do and you have to obey the rules and shit, and then you go to fucking school and it's like, oh god, and I gotta fucking do
Dude,
this.
I went to school with like some kids who were in juvie and they're like in 3rd, 4th grade and shit.
Exactly. Just because like some kids, all kids, they go through like a phase where they just like to exert their own force and like power and like feel like they're in control. And I'm sure of course with brothers, you probably beat the shit out of each other all the time, like to some degree.
Yeah, but I would lose most of the time.
Yeah, but I'm sure even you would start some of it sometimes, right? Probably you're like, yeah, you idiot. Just because you feel it's like primordial, like just like rage and just like not having that sort of control, and you just like to exert it. And some kids just take it too far, and they just don't know when to stop, and that's also because like other factors like home life and fucking a lot of factors. But it's just crazy how just like kids in general just do that. That's something that just constant throughout history.
I got into a fight with my brothers out here one time.
Nice.
It was, I think my oldest brother was like maybe 13 or 14, and me and Diego were like 10 and 9. I think me and Diego were just fighting here, just like going at it. And then my older brother was like, "All right, stop it," and everything. And then me and him turned on him. We were like, "Fuck you," because we were upset. And then I remember him just beating the shit out of us. Like I remember specifically, I got him good in his face for his braces. I think I might have broken his braces. And dude, I remember clearly he just goes fucking right hooks me, bam, right on the side of my face, and I just fall flat to the fucking ground. And the inside of my cheek was bleeding and shit. I remember that specifically because I was laying down on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
On the dirt or on here?
This is all different back then.
Oh, okay. How was it?
Well, it was grass, I think, just a lot of grass.
And grass too?
Yeah, everything was grass. And then I was just there laid down, and I was just like, and then my mom was just like, yep, that's what happened. And then,
yeah.
And then my Diego was just looking at me beat up on the grass. He's like, I'm not gonna try to swing against him anymore.
Yep, nah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Me and my brother would do stupid shit to my older brother. We stole money from him one time to get those things in elementary school, like the paper thing, you can order all these toys and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Whatever that fucking shit was, I don't remember. And I remember me and my brother took $15 from my brother one time because I wanted this skeleton thing, and then and then my brother's like, okay, let's do it, because I would be the one who'd be have all these crazy fucking ideas, and I just dragged Diego into it. And then, so yeah, we did it. And then my brother found out. I was like, "Did you guys steal money from my piggy bank one time?" And I was like, "No." And then they found out. Then my mom was like, "You can't be doing that." And then I was like, "Oh, wow." And it wasn't worth it because the skeleton thing was actually just a poster, and it was a book about bones.
Damn.
I was just like, "Wow, this
you
sucks."
You still have that book?
I used to have the poster and the book. I just have no idea where they are.
Damn, this is limited edition.
It glowed in the dark, the poster.
That's pretty cool. What did you think it was? Just like a skeleton toy?
That was like a toy, yeah. I was like, me not being able to fucking.
You just saw a skeleton.
My 2 brain cells looking at this paper.
Skeleton. I'm gonna get a skeleton.
But I remember as a treat when I have a parent teacher conference, and my dad afterwards would sometimes when the book fair would be going on, and if it went well, he's like, all right, you can go and we'll get you one book. And most of the time, the book fair thing at my school, they would have things that are regular pencils and Jesus, I hit that. All right, I hit that B. I wasn't even trying to. I was sorry.
Give it a fucking right hook.
And then yeah, and most of the time I would just buy shonen, the fat books of shonen that had different chapters in it all the time. I remember buying specifically a lot of those. Not anymore, and I don't know what happened to them because we didn't take care of them. But we would just look at them like anime, and I remember very specifically. Maybe this is why I really like Yu Yu Hakusho, but at the time when I watched it, it helped me through a lot of stuff too. But I remember specifically a scene from a certain panel, one of these books that I had. And then I opened up to it, and it was the scene, for you guys who maybe know the Yu Yu Hakusho, Nick's never seen it, but it was the scene when Yusuke beats Toguro at the end of the Dark Tournament in the final round. And then it's that scene where he falls, Yusuke, and then Toguro's like, thank you again for helping me and try my full power, basic anime tropes. And then he dies. And it was the scene specifically where Yusuke stands up, and he's looking over, he's like, wow, I fucking beat him. It was that specific panel. I remember it. It was on the page. It was right on the left right here. And I saw his hair and everything. And I remember specifically, that's Yusuke. I never knew who he was. But since I've seen the show now, I remember that panel for some reason. And I was like, wow, that was him at that time, because it was the exact same scene in the anime that I saw from that panel. I was like, damn. Yeah, it was crazy. I think just little things like that I remember, like, wow.
Yeah, life's crazy. Hey, you just you see shit and it sticks with you, and it helps forms your future likes and shit.
I never even thought about it until after I finished the show. I'm just like, you know what? And then I would think it just randomly came to me once. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one panel. Weird. Crazy shit.
Weird how memory comes to you.
This is the deep episode of episode 20 for the year.
Jesus
I guess
Christ.
so.
Yeah, we're getting real introspective, as you should at the end of the year. It's the time for it. You got to think. You got to think on your past wrongdoings. Figure out if Santa's going to put you on the good or nice list this year.
And we're just, we're still going to keep doing these things that we doing.
Oh, yeah, baby. We're going to do a lot more of it, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Next year is going to be crazy. I think so. For some of the ideas and stuff that we have.
Next year will be the year for Clueless.
Woo! Ooh. I mean, look at us. Almost 200 subs.
Yeah, just right
in 8 months.
At the fucking door of it. Yeah.
We're $1.99.
It didn't
you
take
fucks
as
who
long
watch,
as I thought.
click that subscribe button, damn it.
Share it. All of you share it with one person.
Please.
Hopefully at least one of them will subscribe.
Oh, man. Nick, I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Oh, what a time to be alive. Yeah, it's
Oh
been about
yeah,
an hour.
let's get that music recommendations going. It's been about an hour.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
What have you been listening to, Nick?
Well,
Let's give the guy something to listen to.
for the time of year, I'd have to I've been listening to some Christmas shit recently, some really really nice shit. Charlie Brown Christmas. It's has
The
some of the
Peanuts soundtrack
yeah
for Christmas. Yeah.
Vince Crowley trio. You know, it's fucking
Oh yeah, I think you were talking about
yeah
that.
with Raymond.
Yeah, with Raymond.
Yes, whenever the
It's
fuck
really
yeah, if
good.
he
That
does, yeah.
music is insane.
It's fucking yeah. It's the one specific song. Let me fucking go. It's all the way down here. It's I think Christmas time is here. What we were doing the parody of Christmas time
Oh,
is
that's why.
here.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
it's
right.
it's very like nice. It's a nice like slow Christmassy tune, but it's set to like it's no it's a Christmassy like song and the lyrics are nice, but like the tune and like the music is so like slow and low and melancholy and it's
beautiful.
it's crazy. It's a Vince Guaraldi trio. Listen to that, and also
Woo!
goddamn. What's this other one? It's another Christmas one. I'll be Bing Crosby's rendition of "I'll Be Home for Christmas."
Nice.
Ooh, hits. You feel it. No one else does it like it. There's probably are some other people, but yeah, fuck Frank Sinatra. Fuck
Ooh,
who's the
those
other
are
one?
strong words. I
Oh,
wouldn't say that.
well, in this particular
Michael Bublé,
for one in this particular song. No, it was another old one. It was Frank Sinatra.
Paul Anka.
He might have. And Paul Anka is probably versus. But there's what was the other one? In the four of them. I don't know.
I don't know.
Bing Crosby's version. Yeah, nice.
Dean Martin.
It was probably Dean Martin. Yeah, it's probably Dean Martin.
Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to think of.
No,
He was a big fucking alcoholic, Dean Martin.
Bing Crosby's version. Listen, it's fucking. If you want to feel something in your soul this Christmas, listen to Vince Crowley trio and the guy I just said.
Right.
His fucking name. Jesus
Dean Martin.
No, not Dean Martin.
Yeah,
that's it for me.
Alrighty, I'll get some stuff. Raymond introduced us to that thing, that Plantasia. I don't remember who it's by, but the first song on that album, Plantasia. Look it up; it'll come up right there. I think it's by Morton something, or Morton or Norton, one of those two. I actually really enjoy that song. I listened to the first four songs of that album the other day. Very interesting, really RPG like video game music, but it's pretty nice.
The one you showed us, like you said, it made you feel like a
in the forest. Yeah,
basically. Real foresty green vibes.
I like that.
I'll
give that a listen to.
It'd probably be a good listen while you're sitting here and looking like up at this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's all. Really, I haven't listened to much of anything new lately myself. But yeah, go ahead and listen to that album, Plantation. It's really interesting. If you like, very like scenic and very a lot of things to evoke imagery from music. You know, if you like that kind of stuff, check that out. Guys, like what's the risk? Fuck to pass by. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. But guys, from us to you, happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Feliz Navidad. You know.
Festive. What was the other one?
I don't know.
Another one.
Season's greetings.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas.
Feliz Navidad. You know, whatever in any language, whatever it is, from wherever you're from. Watch this. If you're in the UK, Merry Christmas to you too.
Passover.
Go get drunk. Whatever.
I think that was around Easter.
Yeah, I think that is Easter.
And most of all, a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, yeah, because this is the last podcast.
Yeah, probably.
An ice cream man's coming by, so we should end it now.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm gonna get that SpongeBob popsicle with the gumball eyes.
But guys, we love you. Please stick with us to next year too.
It'll be a great time. Like I said, it'll be the year for Clueless.
We'll get through these rough times together.
Please.
Fuck
Have
you.
a Merry Christmas. Alrighty.